Praise God. Because you are going to begin to hear about the role Abraham is playing in what is going on. And some other patriarchs. They are involved in the work of God. They are still involved. His God is not God of dead men. God is God of the living. So we may be dead here, but we still live over there. Yes.
Praise God. Heaven knows I won't be able to say everything I saw. But as He gives me grace, I will just say the ones I remember vividly. From yesterday, when the worship started,
begin from the hotel.
From the hotel room, when we were talking with Papa and Apostle Zimiro, we were just talking, and it felt, just after the brief meeting, I just noticed the presence of the patriarchs. I don't know them, but I saw one sitting down, and I knew it was Abraham. He was sitting down on one chair in the room, and after Apostle left, Papa said that he feels a presence. Let's put our hands together and pray. We held our hands together, and immediately he stood up, like there was this urgency, like there was something that needed to be done. And one came to my feet. I don't know the particular one that came to our feet, and was putting a globe around our feet in the hotel room there. I saw Abraham putting a globe of light from our back. If he pushes it in, it comes to our tummy and it glows up. And one was on the air, doing something on our heads. After that happened, other things happened. I entered church. The worship was going on, particularly when we started chanting. It was as though we joined the fellowship in heaven. And we just joined the angels in singing exactly what they were singing at the moment. And he started coming down. Just after that, Papa said,
Apostle, you are welcome.
After that, Papa said that Prophet John should chant. That was more like the continuation of what was happening. And as he started chanting exactly what was being chanted in heaven, I saw an eagle. It had the form of an eagle. And the beak of that eagle was fire, liquid fire that was dropping. The wings of the eagle wasn't feathers. It was looking like a sword that was... The patriarchs were sitting on the hands of that eagle. The eagle wasn't flapping its wings, and I was scared that when it flaps its wings, we might all be gone because of how mighty it was. But the patriarchs were sitting on the hand, and it was looking like they were rejoicing. And as the eagle was descending, that peak, the liquid fire on the peak, was dropping inside this hole. And it kept spreading. It kept spreading. And at a point, it started building up. I felt we were going to be consumed by it because it looks like liquid fire. It was after the service I saw this symbol, this particular symbol, and this was exactly what it looked like. As that fire was dropping, it looked like we are going to be consumed. And everything Papa was saying, the urgency with which it was being carried out. Like he said, angels are bringing... I heard when he said twin babies, and I saw an angel walk from the back with speed. I met one of our sisters on the altar here, handed her the baby, and as the angel hugged her...
Who is that sister?
Wina Sam. She was the one I saw.
You remember I told us I saw an angel. God said to me that some angels came with babies. I saw one with carrying twins. So because of our time, let's just hear what happened with those twins.
So I saw the angel came with the twins together in this hand, gave her the twin and hugged her with the other hand. And as she hugged, it was like her belly just popped out as I was. And even when I saw her this evening, I was still seeing her carrying what I saw her carry yesterday. And as Papa was... I remember when he prayed for Dr. Va and the wife, as he was saying that his giving
His
him,
Excellency.
yes, he called him his ex. There was badges. He was being decorated in the armor of what he was being called. He was being clothed in that armor, and the patriarchs were just all over. They were just having a good time with us. And when he was praying for one of our mommies, he mentioned something about gates, a gate being before her. And immediately he said that those gates are being opened. I saw rusty, ancient gates burst out, like they just fell apart. And light just came before her. And there was a point where he mentioned that hospitals, healings are entering the city, or hospitals or something like that. That was when that fire from the mouth of the eagle that was building up was almost flooding us in this room. And immediately that was mentioned, it flowed out into the cities and the countries. I was seeing strange people. They were just getting up and realizing that they were made whole. Like different places, like the fire just entered into it just flowed from this hall and just flowed. And this evening, as we continued to chant, it was particularly the chant. Immediately we started chanting, I saw the patriarchs again. This time around, they didn't come alone. It was like heaven joined the fellowship. Like it was, they were walking in discussing, like they were like having, like talking about what is happening here today, that this has finally happened. And as they walked in, I saw even those that are still alive. I saw Papoye, I saw a lot of persons. They just walked in, and it was like this whole place was filled. There was no roof here. There was no roof. It was just, and then as they entered, I noticed that angels just lined up on the altar with shofars. And one particularly was holding a scroll in front of them. And as they were sounding that shofar, the scroll fell opened, and the words on that scroll, like it became alive, and it started going into the crowd. And I saw it was like some of those patriarchs came. I know that Abraham was there because I remember him. I saw him come to where our daddy was, and they were exchanging pleasantries. I was trying to see if I would see him physically to know if what I'm seeing was, but they just exchanged pleasantries, and it was more like a congratulation. After they exchanged the pleasantries, he was unclothed. When he was unclothed, I wasn't seeing him, I was seeing fire. He was standing, and they were putting mantles on him. As they were giving him those mantles, decorating him with crowns and all, a particular staff was handed over to him. And as he put that staff down, it was like the ground was no longer, the ground was just looking like it didn't exist anymore. And as he did that, they were just communing, they were just moving in, doing stuff amongst us. That's why I was shouting. I couldn't control what I was seeing. It was so strange. And then, after that coronation was done, it was as though I felt Jesus walk in. He didn't walk in through the door. He just moved in our midst. He walked in, and he just moved in our midst, and it was just as though he